let's do sums related to theorem that we learned, right? Let's start. In figure, okay, figure is already given, no need to bother to draw the figure, no need to create the figure actually, right? If TP and TQ are the two tangents, okay, so TP and TQ are two tangents, then to a circle with center O, so that angle POQ is equal to 110 degree. Then find the value of angle PTQ, right? So this angle is given POQ. We need to find the value of PTQ. So how shall we do it? We can use the knowledge of triangle here, because if we just join O and T like we did in previous case, we can have two triangles. So we can use knowledge of triangle. We can use the knowledge of circles as well, right? Tangent relation, right? 90 degree one, tangents are equal, that also we can use it, right? So as many property and theorems you can use if you know so far. Let's start first of all. So before I start, right, I want to join PQ over here. I'll tell you the reason behind that. PQ, let's join PQ, done, and let's label here 110 degree. So first thing I'm going to write over here is triangle, okay, POQ is isosceles. Can you think why am I writing this one? Is there any reason behind that? Isosceles triangle means what? Two sides are equal. Okay, so let's talk about triangle POQ, right? Here OP and OQ is radius. See, it is radius. Means what? These two sides will be equal of the triangle, right? So because of that, I am writing triangle OPQ is isosceles. Simple. Now about the angles, we want to find the angles, not about the side. Why are we discussing about the sides while we want to find the angles? The reason behind that, these two angles will be equal because equal opposite sides will give you equal angles, right? This is the main motivation that I am talking about isosceles triangle, right? Equal opposite sides means equal opposite angles. Remember, equal opposite angles, right? So what is the angle opposite to OQ, right? Angle opposite to OQ, that is, okay, let's first of all draw this figure here, little bit different, right? That will work here. So here P, then we have O and Q. So this, first of all, these two sides are equal. What is the angle opposite to this one? That will be, okay, QPO. Remember, that is angle QPO equal to, what is the another angle opposite to this one? That's this angle PQO. So that is angle PQO, and I'm going to consider as X. I want to find those two angles, right? So if I use angle sum property for this triangle POQ, right? So what will it be? Here POQ, let's start, angle POQ plus OQP, then angle OQP plus these two angles are done. This third angle QPO, angle QPO, let's write is equal to 180. If you add three angles of triangle, you get 180. Very simple. Now POQ value, POQ, that is 110, 180 here as it is, and 110. Now OQP, okay, OQP, okay, POQ, they are same, that is X, and here QPO, that is also X. Why? Because those two angles are equal. Let's shift this 110 over there. So here 180 minus 110 is equal to X and X, that will be 2X. Done. So if we subtract, you are going to get 70 degree is equal to 2x. 2 will go into denominator, so 70 degree over 2 is equal to x, and here that is 35 degree. That is the value of x. Remember, value of x is 35 degree, right? So we know these two angles are 35. Now why are we finding those two angles? What is the reason behind finding those two angles? So you can see that I want to find this angle PTQ, right? And that belongs to another triangle. But though I am finding these two angles, see, we know that this tangent makes 90 degree with the radius at the point of contact, right? This is 90 degree. Out of that 90 degree, let me draw here one more time. This is 90 degree. Out of this 90 degree, this angle is 35. So what could be the value of this angle? Listen one more time. This is 90 degree angle and this small angle is 35 degree, and I want to find this angle. What is the value of this angle that we can get? Subtract from 90 degree, right? 90 minus 35, that is 55 degree, right? That will be the value of this angle. So that's why I found this angle. First of all, I want to jump from this triangle to this triangle. These are the two connectors, one and another over here, right? So I will be going into another triangle, then I will use the angle sum property and I can get the value of PTQ. Very simple. Let's do that one. So we can write that PT perpendicular OQ. PT perpendicular OQ. Done? This is radius and this is your tangent. They are perpendicular, 90 degree. So let's write one equation. OPQ angle OPQ plus here QPT. See, these two angles I am talking about. This is one angle and this is another angle. These two angles I am talking about. Observe properly, right? QPT angle QPT is equal to 90 degree, right? See, reason we have written over here that radius and tangent, they are perpendicular. Done. Now OPQ, we have value of OPQ just found at x, which is 35 degree, and here angle QPT is equal to as it is and is equal to 90 degree. Shift this 35 over here, so you will be getting value of QTP. Let's get that value. So angle QPT is equal to 90 degree minus 35. So if you subtract, you are going to get what? 55 degree. So QPT is equal to 90 degree. But now you must be thinking, in this triangle, I have only one angle. These two angles are still missing. Now how can we get these two angles? Okay, we want to find this angle only. So to find one unknown angle, you should be having at least two known angles. Then only you can find the third angle, right? So how can we get this angle? We can find in the same manner. You subtract 35 from the 90 and you are going to get 55. So this is 55 and this is 55. Or another way, you can say that PTQ is isosceles triangle. Why again isosceles? Because we know that these two tangents will be equal. We learned in the previous theorem, right? That these two tangents, if they are from the same point, that PT is equal to QT, right? Tangents will be equal. If tangents are equal, opposite angles will be equal. See, opposite to this 50 degree and opposite to this 50 degree. These two angles are 55 and 55, right? I'm writing directly that this angle will be 55. Same calculation you can do over here, or you can prove that it is isosceles triangle. So I can write this two angle as equal, right? So what is the name of that angle? PQT. So I can write here as well that angle PQT is equal to also 55 degree. Now let's find the direct, what we were waiting for to find this angle. Now triangle, I will be taking which triangle? Which is PTQ. Triangle PTQ, right? Let's find the angle. So first of all, let's write the angle sum, which is TPQ angle TPQ plus this 55 degree, which is PQT angle PQT, and the angle that we want to find, PTQ. So angle PTQ is equal to what? 180 degree. Now let's substitute value. Angle TPQ this angle 55, this is 55, and let's assume this as a y. It will be helpful for calculation. So 55 degree here plus 55 degree again, and the one we want to find, which is y. So 180 degree here, right? Let's add them up. So that will add up as 110 plus y is equal to 180 degree. Now let's shift 110 over there. So y is equal to 180 degree minus 110. So y is equal to 70 degree. That's my answer. Angle PTQ. Angle PTQ. That is the value of angle. So let's repeat the step one more time. First of all, I have taken two triangles, right? This is triangle POQ, that is isosceles. Why? Because PO and OQ are equal. It is radius of the circle. So opposite angles are also equal. So I have assumed as x. Then take the angle sum property. 180 is equal to 110 plus x plus x. So you will get the value of x. Afterwards, we know that radius and tangent, they are perpendicular to each other, means 90 degree. So that's what I have done. 35 plus this missing angle, this 55 one, I found with the help of that theorem that they add up to 90 degree. So 35 degree plus QPT is equal to 90. So I'll get the value of angle QPT 55. In same manner, you can get the opposite angle 55 degree here, or you can use the concept of isosceles triangle again for this PTQ. Done. Afterwards, I have taken this triangle where our angle lies, which we want to find. So PTQ again at three angles, 55 plus y will give you the value of y is equal to 70 degree. Now there is a one more even easier way to solve this question than this one. I just give you a simple hint that this is 110 degree, and see what we have done basically. 180 minus 110, right? Forget about all this method. Why I'm telling you, for 1 mark question you can directly do it. This is a relation. These two angles always add up to 180 degree, right? So if you want to get here this angle is 110, this will be 100% 180 degree minus 110, that is our answer, 70 degree. If the number is being changed, let's talk about that, it is 120 degree, right? So what you do again, 180 degree minus 120 degree, then 60 is your final answer, fix. No need to even do all these methods, right? But if this kind of questions are being asked for 2 marks or 3 marks where you need to show the calculation, you have to do it. There is a one more way, third way to do this one as well. We'll discuss in next question. But for a 1 mark, if this kind of figures are coming, if this angle is given 110, subtract from 180, you'll get the direct answer. And vice versa, you can do it. If this is given 70 degree and this angle you need to find, subtract from 180 minus 70 and you will get the 110, right? So this is easier way for the MCQ, but when it comes to 2 marks and 3 marks, you need to show this step, right? Let's discuss another way to solve this question as well. So in previous question, we are going to solve the similar question to previous one, but we are going to use different method. In the end, I told you to get the final answer, what you need to do, subtract that angle from 180, right? 180 minus 110 will give you 70. Done. Now, why did I tell you that? Why we are getting the answer in so very less step, right? Let's learn this in this session. So first of all, let's read the question. Find the value of x. Very straightforward, nothing to bother about, right? So this angle is given 120 degree, which is at the center. Right, let's label it. So this is O here, let's say P, then Q and T. Let's keep it same only, so it resembles that. Yes, we have done something like this, right? So now which property I'm going to use first? I'm not going to divide into two triangles. I'm going to keep in the same shape, right? So first I want to do over here is get this 90 degree, right? Most important, getting 90 degree, most important. Why? Because we know that OQ perpendicular QT. This is the radius and tangent. They are perpendicular at the point of contact. Remember, not always, but at the point of contact only. Same goes here as well. That OP perpendicular PT. Right? Now, what conclusion are we drawing from this one? Angle. So from first one, I can say that this angle OQT, angle OQT is equal to 90 degree, Yes, from the first one, and from the second one, OPT, angle OPT is equal to 90 degree. So these two angles are done, and we have this angle as well, 120 degree, and we want to find X. Now if you see, this is quadrilateral POQT. Quadrilateral means what? Four-sided shape, right? And if I add all angles of quadrilateral, what do I get always? 360 degree, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add these four angles simply, and you can see over here that I have value of this angle 90 degree, value of this angle 90 degree, this 120 is also there, and fourth angle is missing. Out of 4, 3 are given, so it is simple to find only one, right? So let's use that logic here, that quadrilateral POQT angle sum. So sum of all angles will be what? 360. Remember, twice the triangle. Logic is that twice the triangle, right? Now let's write all the four angles. First of all, let's start with these two people because we know its value, right? Or you can start with the middle one as well. Okay, let's start with this one. This first of all, okay, let's start with this TPO angle. Here I have written OPT. Okay, so let's write OPT plus this angle is done. Now this angle O, POQ, angle POQ. This angle is done. Now come to this one, which is here OQT, angle OQT, and the last missing one that we want to find, QTP, angle QTP is equal to 360 degree. Very simple, all four angles. And if you don't want to write this one, if you are doing rough calculation, right? If you are getting marks for this one, for these steps, 2 marks or 3 marks, remember, need to show the step, don't skip it, right? So first angle, which is 90 degree, here 90 degree, second angle, which is 120 degree, third angle, which is 90 degree, and the last one that we want to find, which is X, is equal to 360 degree, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to subtract all these angles from that one, right? So first of all, see, I'm not going to add all of them. I'm going to do in a systematic way. So you will come to know that we are getting same answer. 90 and 90 will make 180 degree, right? 120, let me keep as it is. I'll tell you why. 360 degree, right? Let's shift this 180 here. So it will become negative. So 120 degree plus X is equal to 360 degree minus 180 degree. So here you are going to get 180 degree. Simple. 18 2s are 36. Simple, right? So 120 degree plus X. So X is equal to what? 180 degree minus 120, right? That's what I told you in previous question. You subtract from 180 and you will get the answer. Remember, final equation will be always this, because this radius and tangent, they are always perpendicular. It's not like that in another circle you will get another angle 80 degree or 70 degree. That's not possible. Theorem, it's theorem. We know that it is always 90 degree. These two angles will be always 90 degree. So first step is always to subtract 180. 90 and 90 will make 180. So first step is always to subtract 180. Then you subtract the whatever angle you have over here, right? So value of X, which is 60 degree. Simple. These steps are correct and you will get marks for this one. Now suppose let's take the previous case. We had the angle of around 110 degree, right? So I'm just writing X here again. X is equal to 180 degree minus 110 degree. So we were getting the angle as 70 degree. Simple, right? Same steps you need to do it. You need to take quadrilateral, not the triangle. But this is the important theorem that we use of this chapter, which is circle, that tangent and radius will be perpendicular at the point of contact. So if this question is being asked for a 1 mark, subtract from the 180 and we are done with the question. Don't waste extra time there, right? Because time is important while you write the paper. But when it is for 2 and 3 marks, I'm repeating one more time, you need to show the steps. Either you can do these steps or we did in a previous session, right? So any of that choice is up to you, that which steps you are comfortable with. If you want to go ahead with this, go ahead. That's it. So this is how we solve when angles are missing. We are going to do 1 or 2 questions extra as well. to find the angles. We are only concluding this topic that when any of this opposite angle is missing, right? If something is missing this side, then we need to do some other calculation. Let's discuss about that. So this question is related to previous one, just a little extension. We can solve in the same method like we did in previous question, right? And we are going to do one more extra step. Let's start the question first. If tangents PA and PB from a point P to a circle with center O. Okay, so there is a point outside the circle, then two tangents PA and PB, right? Circle with center O, done, are inclined to each other at angle of 80 degree. Okay, so two tangents are inclined at 80 degree. Remember, two tangents are inclined at 80 degree. That's why the angle between PA and PB is 80 degree. Find the angle POA. Okay, POA. Yes, we need to find this angle. I have done question mark. Yes, POA, we need to find it. So far we learned how to find this angle. I think we discussed APB, right? This angle we find in the previous two questions. Now we need to do in reverse way, right? This angle is given as 80 degree and we need to find only POA, right? So we are going to use the previous method that we used with the help of quadrilateral, right? Let's start. First of all, we know PA and PB is the tangent. So let's write PA and PB is tangent. Done. Now, tangent and radius. What is the radius? OB and OA, right? So they are perpendicular. They make 90 degree angle. Yes, they do. So here I can write that, first of all, let's write for B. PB perpendicular OB. Then next is PA perpendicular OA, right? Simple. Done. They are 90 degree. So let's write the name of those angles as well, which is PBO. Here angle PBO is equal to 90 degree and PAO, angle PAO is equal to also 90 degree. Done. Now, first of all, let's imagine there is no dotted line over here. So we dealt this situation with quadrilateral, like quadrilateral PAOB, right? Let's write this known angle as well, which is BPA. Angle BPA is equal to 80 degree. It's given in question, right? So let's take quadrilateral PBOA. So quadrilateral PBOA, right? Sum of all angles is equal to what? Right? 360 degrees. Sum of all here angles is equal to what? 360 degree, right? So we are going to add this four angle, 1, 2, 3 and 4. If you want to add directly, that is also possible. Let's assume this whole angle as X. It will help to calculate, right? So first of all, let's start with this one, PBO, angle PBO plus angle BOA plus AOAP, angle OAP, and the last one, right? This is done. This is left only. APB, angle, I think I have written BPA. So you can write BPA over here. Name is same, right? Is equal to 360 degree. Let's substitute the value. PBO, this angle PBO is 90 degree. Okay, then BOA we don't know, so then OAP 90 degree, and this angle is 80 degree is equal to 360. Again, this 90 and 90 will make 180. You shift there, so X plus 80 degree is equal to 360 degree minus 180. Why minus 180? I have just done the steps in a quicker manner. So X plus 80 is equal to 180. X is equal to 180 degree minus 80. So X is equal to 100 degree. That's the answer for X. See over here, in previous question, what we were doing, this angle was given and we were finding this one, subtracting from 180. Same you can do over here. This angle is given and subtract from 180. So you will get the angle at the center. Simple, right? But When we write x is equal to 100 degree, that is not the value of POA, that is the value of BOA, right? You can write here, it is angle BOA, not the answer that we want to find. This is not our sum done with, right? So far we did this in previous question, we stopped at here, right? We need to do one more step. Now remember, when we connect this point, right, with the center, and if it is connected with the tangent, this will be, it will subtend the equal angle. Means what? This angle will be y and this angle will also be y, right? So as it is the equal angle, I can write that 2y is equal to 100 degree. So y is equal to 100 degree over 2, which is 50 degree. So angle that we want to find, which is POA, value is what? 50 degree. Angle POA is equal to 50 degree. One extra step we did, otherwise the sum was same, but this was kind of reverse. So far we had angle with the angle at the center and we were finding the angle at the point P. Here we had reverse situation. We had angle at P and we were finding the angle at center. So first of all, remember we used a quadrilateral method. First of all, try to get all the angles that you can know with the help of theorem. This 90 degree A and B as well. This we already know 80 degree. So out of 4, 3 angles are known. Use the angle sum property and then you are done. Afterwards divide with 2 because these 2 angles will be equal. Remember that. So this is how we find the angles at the center.